AEW Dynamite took place tonight. We started the show off with Santana and Ortiz taking on the Best Friends. This was a decent brawl to open up the show. Match was okay. Best Friend or Santana and Ortiz to get the win here. After the match, they used a baton and they hit Trent in the back, and they hit the street sweeper, and that's actually when Santana pinned Trent. So that happened during the match. So it was a good brawl to start the show. Then we go to MJF, who's backstage. Lee Johnson told him that Mark Sterling had locked himself in the locker room, was refusing to come out. Wardlow kicked the door in, and MJF cut a promo on Sterling. He threatened Sterling, and he's going to be ready for the match at Moxley. Young Bucks and Jurassic Express defeat STU in a private party. This was a solid matchup. Ladder tag match. I thought this was another solid, decent matchup. But I just didn't feel like there was a lot of substance behind it. It just feels like matches are being thrown together. And I've read some things. I've heard a lot of people souring on AEW as of late. I don't know. It does feel a little bit stale. I will say that. I feel AEW is very stale right now. Maybe it's just wrestling. There's just too much wrestling. I think, and that's not good to go into All Out being stale, but there is way too much wrestling right now. It's gone to the point where it's too much. It's suffocating now. What we've seen these last 3 weeks in SummerSlam is insane. I think WWE screwed AEW at Payback. It to make people sick of wrestling, and I'm a lot less excited for All Out because of Payback. I just watched SummerSlam on NXT, then I had to watch Payback. Now I don't want a third fucking pay-per-view in a row. I'm going to be exhausted, and I think people will be less like it's order to show because WWE decides to wear us out. But you had the Bucks and Jurassic Express win this. Hager's backstage in Orange Cassidy's locker room. He told Cassidy Jericho wants him at ringside for his match tonight. Tully Blanchard gives FTR pep talk backstage. Dax and Cash cut a good promo. He had Tony Schiavone in the ring. He called up Kenny Omega. And Omega doing a good deed. He wore a Hanakamura tribute shirt. If you remember Hanakamura, he passed away earlier this year. I believe it was a suicide. Really sad story. It was nice he did that. He asked Omega what Paige's action last week. He says everyone makes mistakes, and he's talking about what Paige did. And everyone lives and learns. FTR and Blanchard comes to the ring. FTR offered Omega chocolate milk for their cooler. Omega called FTR something that got bleeped, which was weird. Paige enters. FTR told Paige to tell Omega that they haven't gone to Paige and they will make them. And they haven't gone to turn on the Young Bucks, but he did it himself. They have a stare down. FTR begs off. Paige stood in the ring by himself, and Omega stood by himself on the floor. So it's clearly, they're doing a big turn. I'm not sure. Alex Marvez interviews Chris Jericho. He makes a joke. It's alright. Jericho defeats Joey Janela squash match. After the match, he exposes a buckle. He sends Janela into it. Janela's bloody. Jericho wipes the blood on his Orange Cassidy shirt and throws his shirt at Cassidy. Cassidy jumps in the ring. He goes after Jericho. Hager blocks Cassidy, and it sets up their big, giant gimmick match this Saturday. Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy sent each other dueling cue card messages about their match Saturday entering the commercial break. Hardy stood up on the entrance while Guevara stood up on the stage. This, I don't know, it doesn't feel like, this whole thing is with Matt Hardy's career on the line, just doesn't feel like a huge deal. It's like, he retires, and that's unfortunate. Team Taz comes out the ring to cut the promo. Taz promised one of the guys will win the Casino Battle Royale Saturday. You have a bunch of guys come out. You have a big brawl. Then you had the announcers throw a video package for the Dark Order versus Cardona. Natural Nightmares in the Scorpio Sky match. So this was alright for a go-home show. You had Thunder Rose defeat Serena Deeb. Serena Deeb, was she released by WWE? Yeah, she was. She was the chick, was Serena the girl who cut her hair for CM Punk and got fired for being at a bar? I think that's her. But Thunder Rosa with the win. They're going to push Thunder Rosa for a while before she goes back to NWA if she stays. Or my guess is she probably stays in AEW. I think they'll buy her out. I think so. And I think for NWA, they get some, coverage. They get some attention. So I think it's actually a good thing for Billy Corgan, even if he loses Thunder Rosa, which would hurt. But I think getting some exposure is definitely a plus. Moxley cuts a promo on the MJF backstage. This was okay. Tony Schiavone interviews Big Swole. She promised to fight Britt Baker tooth and nail. Then Reba approaches her disguised as a pizza person. Britt attacks Big Swole from behind with a crutch as she throws pizza on her. This was just stupid. They just cover Big Swole's face with pizza. She just eats pizza. I feel jealous of Big Swole. I wouldn't mind being that. But they cover her in pizza. It was like, I guess it's called a tooth and nail match. I don't know what that means. I hope it's not like an eye match. Tooth and nail. So you have to, what? Cut someone's teeth out? Pull their teeth out? Pull a nail? I don't know what the hell that is. You had Mark Sterling and Shawn Moxley. This was a quick match. Moxley wins. After the match, Wardlow jumps Moxley and MJF walks to the ring with his walker. And MJF hammers Moxley with stomps and right hands. Wardlow handed MJF the Dynamite Diamond ring. MJF hit Moxley with the right hand with the ring. Moxley's busted open. And he cuts him open bad, and MJF grabs Moxley's head, covers his hands with blood, and wipes his hands over him. Right when we're in a pandemic, what a great idea! But he cuts Moxley open, covers himself in blood. Old school promo. Saw too much blood tonight, I thought, with Jericho and Cassidy, but it was a good promo to end. And MJF poses with the belt as we close the show.